Don't make a sound. With your eyes covered and your mouth shut, you're the closest you'll ever be to her.
3 years ago, because I looked like my half-sister Cecilia, Leon made me his substitute girlfriend. I thought I was escaping the shame of my family's ill-ridley daughter. Instead, I fell into another prison.
Cecilia is marrying Duke Holt in 3 days. Tomorrow she'll be at the equestrian gala, and I'm giving her a wedding gift. You're coming with me.
For what? To watch you beg for her attention like a dog? I'm not going.
How dare you insult me? If Cecilia hadn't been engaged to Duke Holt 3 years ago, an illegitimate girl like you never would have had the chance to be my girlfriend.
The same day? You want to use me to provoke her?
We're getting married that same day too. Just behave, play the bride, and I'll give you the $100 I promised on the wedding day. Keep your jealousy to yourself. We'll tool it. Ruin the wedding, and I'll kill you.
I agreed to be Leon's substitute girlfriend for $100 million. Once I get the money in 3 days, I'll make sure you never find me again.
Miss Cecilia, that gown is stunning.
Of course it is. She's the true heir of the Winston family.
3 years ago, I was the one who risked my life at the stables, tamed that crazed horse, and saved Leon, just because I'm an illegitimate daughter they wanted to hide. The family forced me to keep quiet and let Cecilia steal my place as Leon's savior.
I didn't expect an illegitimate girl like you to get into a high-end gala. Being Leon's substitute girlfriend really did upgrade you. If classless as sumless as you can get in, why can't I? I didn't expect an illegitimate girl like you to get into a high-end gala. Being Leon's and TV 2.0 really did show you. Classless me as classless can get in, or someone I can't.
How dare you call me classless? Even if you climb into Leon's bed, I'm the one he loves. That man you almost died saving 3 years ago is now crawling after me like a dog. Does that hurt?
Living off a stolen favor? Aren't you ashamed?
Bitch, I'm gonna slap that mouth off your face!
What do you think you're doing?
Leon, Isabella called me classless.
A lady doesn't need to dirty her own hands. Teaching her a lesson.
So the man I risked my life to save still chooses someone else. Fine, that slap pays back the 3 years you kept me.
This blood of the Empire is one of a kind. Only the true Winston Anrest deserves to wear it.
Leon, giving me something this expensive, aren't you afraid my sister will get jealous?
She doesn't qualify.
In 3 days, I'll be gone from your life for good. I don't care what you think of me.
Leon, I suddenly feel like riding, but I'm scared. Can you have Isabella lead the horse for me? You're scared of horses? 3 years ago, you supposedly tamed a runaway horse with your bare hands and dragged Leon back from death. And now, on flat ground, you're telling me you're afraid of one gentle racehorse?
Cecilia, are you really afraid of horses?
3 years ago, you weren't afraid of a crazed horse. Why are you afraid to get on one today?
I haven't ridden in 3 years. I'm rusty.
I haven't seen Cecilia ride in 3 years. It makes sense she'd be afraid.
Go lead Cecilia's horse.
Does she not have hands? No.
Leon, my sister is still mad at me. Forget it. I'm afraid she'll hurt me.
If you don't lead that horse, next week's wedding is off. You'll never marry me. Not in this lifetime.
For $100 million, I'll swallow it. Once I have the money, I'm gone.
Fine. I'll lead it.
She'll really do anything low and humiliating if it means marrying me.
That slap was far too easy on her. Today, I'm making sure that horse cripples her.
Where the hell is the medical team? Get over here!
Settle down! Who is she? She's incredible!
Find out exactly who she is. She's the horse-taming genius I've been looking for. Yes, Your Grace. I want to meet her myself. Could she be the one who saved me at the stables?
We already confirmed it back then. Cecilia was the one who saved me. It couldn't have been her.
Hold her down.
I didn't spook the horse. She kicked it with her heel. That's why it panicked.
Leon, am I never gonna walk again? She did this because she's jealous you love me.
Since you dared hurt Cecilia, I'll break your legs as an apology to her. Dare to touch her again? I'll ruin you. Duke, Holt. There must be some mistake. Your fiancée is Cecilia. Isabella is mine. So this is how you treat your fiancée? You make her kneel for another woman?
Evan, I'm the woman you're marrying in 3 days. What gives you that to protect that filthy, illegitimate girl?
Cecilia, stop with your cheap little schemes. They disgust me. We're leaving.
Hey, no, Plusin, Lexi good. Isabella! Get back here! Isabella!
Leon, my leg hurts. Help me.
Damn it! How dare she leave with another man?
Isabella, you dare seduce my fiancé, Evan. I swear I'll kill you. Your Grace!
Go. Now.
You're still praying for another man? Go take care of the injured Cecilia.
Go tell Leon my illness needs Isabella's bone marrow.
Mr. Thorne, Miss Cecilia is in critical condition. Her rare blood disease has relapsed. At this rate, she may not survive the month. Only Miss Isabella's bone marrow can save her.
Ah!
Take her in and draw it.
She's faking it. I won't do it.
You don't get a choice. Refuse, and I'll have Evan's tubes pulled right now. I'll let him die.
You're insane.
I don't care what kind of duke he is. If you don't give the Maros, I'll go in there and put a bullet in him myself.
I'll do it. But you have to keep him alive.
You're begging me for another man? Strap her to the operating table. No anesthesia.
Leon, all to feed Cecilia's vanity. You tied me to an operating table and took my bone marrow. Leon, all to feed Cecilia's vanity. You tied me to an operating table and took my bone marrow. You wouldn't even give me one shot of anesthesia. Once I get that 100 million, we are done. No debts, no ties. I never want to see you again.
What did you say? Evan is paralyzed?
Yes, madam. Miss, I've already sent people to verify. The information is confirmed. The bullet pierced His Grace's spinal nerve. He may never stand again.
Never stand again? You expect a Winston Andress to marry a cripple? Never!
Get out. Let him die. I will not waste my youth on a useless man.
Miss, if you don't marry him, the entire Winston family will suffer. Not only will we pay a fey fortune that drains everything we have, but our title will be stripped and will be reduced to commoners.
Illegitimate little bitch. You marry that cripple for me. I'm marrying Leon. You want to swap marriages with me? 200 million.
200 million? Greedy, aren't you? A low-born illegitimate girl like you really thinks she's some heiress? You think you're worth 200 million?
Then forget it.
Fine, I agree. But you keep this marriage swap absolutely secret.
Deal. I won't say a word. On the wedding day, I'll put on that wedding gown and give Leon the surprise of his life. And this will be my final surprise for Leon.
You find even my touch disgusting now?
Get your filthy hands off me.
You just had bone marrow drawn and you still want to fight me? You won't take your medicine? Then forget ever setting foot in tomorrow's wedding.
Can you get out now?
You're really clinging to life just so you can marry me. Be good. Tomorrow I'll come make you my bride.
There's your money. Go keep that crippled Duke company and rot in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. That's the best ending an illegitimate girl like you could ever get.
I wish you and Leon a long life together. May you never be a Saramat.
Miss Winston, His Grace is unwell. He sent me to bring you to Holt Estate to complete the wedding ceremony.
Evan took a bullet for me. I'm willing him to marry him, I care him and care for him for the rest of his life. Leon, In this life, we will never meet again.
Soon you'll be Mrs. Thorne. No one will ever mock you as an illegitimate daughter again. Why is it you? Where is Isabella?
Leon, you said I was the one you loved most.
I asked where she went. I'm asking you one last time. Where the hell is Isabella?
That lowborn, illegitimate girl took my 200 million and ran. She never wanted to marry you.
Shut up! She wouldn't dare run without my permission.
I am the rightful Winston heir. She's just an illegitimate daughter. I put on the wedding dress and married you myself. You should be grateful.
You have 3 seconds. Talk or I put a hole in your forehead. 3, 2...
Don't shoot! I'll talk! Holt Estate! She went to Holt Estate! For that 100 million, she married that cripple for me.
Holt Estate? Evan? Your Grace, it's almost time. The Winston bride has been waiting at the estate. I paid the doctor to issue that critical condition notice so Cecilia would back out of the marriage herself.
I didn't expect that woman to want the title badly enough to marry a paralyzed man.
The Winston family is greedy. Also, we're still tracking the sniper.
Dig until you find him. I want him skinned alive.
Duke Holt was shot and is dying. This wedding is basically a funeral.
The Duke isn't dead. He's perfectly fine.
Celia, spare me your vanity act. Holt Estate would only be your grave. Why the silent act? Isabella? Why is it you?
Cecilia sold me to you for 100 million.
Best deal she ever made.
From this day on, she is the only mistress of Holt Estate. Anyone who disrespects her dies. Isabella, get over here! You took 100 million just to marry this cripple?
Beat him.
Isabella, you can't marry him. For 3 years we lived together, every day, side by side. You don't love him. Come back and marry me.
Who always wanted to marry Cecilia, you are here pretending being loved.
No. The person I always wanted to marry was you. Throw him out. Don't let him dirty the grounds of Holt Estate.
No! Isabella, you can't marry him! You're mine! You can only be mine!
I caught the real culprit behind the assassination. Cecilia ordered it.
If you're done, take your trash and get out.
Isabella, I know the truth now. I was wrong to believe her. Please forgive me. Come home with me. Mr. Thorne, take one more step and I'll make you a real cripple. Isabella, if you'll come back, I'll give you anything you want.
Don't touch my horse with your filthy hands. You're disgusting.
What do I have to do for you to forgive me?
Never show your face in front of me again.
Fine. You don't believe me. I'll drag Cecilia here myself. I'll skin her and make her apologize at your feet.
How much marrow did you take from that bitch?
The maximum dose. Miss Isabella went into shock. She almost died on the operating table.
As long as she didn't die. If I hadn't faked a blood disease relapse, how would that idiot Leon have taken her bone marrow with his own hands?
Cecilia, what if Mr. Leon finds out you aren't sick at all, and that the person who saved him at the stables 3 years ago was actually—
Shut up! He'll never know. 3 years ago, I only had to put on Isabella's white dress, and Leon worshipped me as his savior for 3 years.
What?
Who's out there? Leon!
What did you just say? Who saved me?
Leon, let me explain.
I'm asking you. 3 years ago, the person who saved me at the stables, was it Isabella?
Say it again. The necklace.
I only picked up the necklace she dropped. That's all. You believed the rest because you wanted to.
Because of one stolen necklace, I made Isabella give you bone marrow. I watched her collapse and still called it love.
Now you care? She crawled into Evan Holt's bed the second she left you. She wanted his title, his estate, his money. She is not the saint you think she is.
Don't say her name like you deserve to breathe the same air.
You broke her first, Leon. Not me. You held the knife, I only pointed.
I forced her into that operating room.
Exactly. So what are you gonna do now? Crawl to Holt Estate and beg she'll spit in your face?
No. You will crawl first.
What?
Bring the doctor. Bring the files. And bring her.
Leon, don't do this! The Winstons will destroy you for humiliating me.
The Winstons are about to learn what humiliation actually costs.
This is private property. Step back from the gate.
Isabella! I brought the fraud who stole your life!
I am Cecilia Wonston. You cannot make me kneel outside someone else's gate.
You knelt on Isabella's bones for 3 years. Today you kneel on concrete.
Isabella, I know now. You saved me at the stables. You were the one I should have protected.
You needed the truth to feel guilty.
I needed the truth while I was bleeding on your orders.
Stop apologise to her!
You think this makes a dawn? Everyone wanted it! Perform, make us inform, sells it on herself. The security filed a apology off my property. Touch me again, neither of you gets to decide how I heal.
You both stole from me. Neither of you gets to decide how I heal.
Wait! I know what I owe you! 3 years of anniversaries, birthdays, every gift I wasted on Cecilia. I bought them back. Take them. Come home with me.
You think my pain comes with an invoice?
Stop punishing me. Your father lied to me. Cecilia lied to me. I was fooled too!
No. You were not fooled into cruelty. You enjoyed having someone too powerless to leave.
You call this home? You think Evan Holt can protect you forever? He doesn't have to protect her forever. He only has to remove one trespasser today. So the crippled Duke finally stands. And you still kneel better than you fight. One more step onto Holt land and you leave in cuffs. You hide behind him now?
No. I stand beside him, because he knows the difference between love and omispation.
A gate and 2 guards don't erase 3 years. She has my mark all over her life.
Those 3 years were a sentence. I served it. Now get out of my sight.
You're doing this to hurt me.
No. Hurting you would require caring what you feel.
Mr. Thorne, your vehicles are blocking a private drive. My security chief has already called County Sheriff. Call whoever you want. If I have to tear down every inch of this estate. You couldn't keep a woman who slept Ingrid who slept under your roofs. Don't threaten a house you can't enter.
Leon, look at her. She enjoys this. She enjoys watching men fight.
No, Cecilia. I enjoy watching liars run out of rooms to hide in.
This is not over.
It is for today.
Leon, please! You loved me. You said I was the reason you survived. You can't throw me away for that woman.
I loved the girl who saved me. You were only wearing her dress.
The Winstons will fight back.
Freeze every partnership tied to Winston Holdings. Notify the banks, the board, the vendors. Anyone who funds them loses Thorne Group.
Understood, Mr. Thorne.
Leon, you can't destroy my family.
Watch me.
Miss Winston, is it true Thorne Group has cut ties with your family?
Did you fake a blood disease to obtain Isabella's bone marrow? Turn those cameras off.
Isabella, you took Leon. You took Evan. Now you want my name too. I will make you pay.
You're safe here. That sounded like a lie.
For 3 years, a bedroom meant a deal, a debt, or punishment. I don't know how to stand in one without waiting for the next order.
Then we change what this room means. Look at me, Isabella. Are you afraid of me?
I'm afraid of wanting something before I know if it's mine.
Then don't take my word for it. Test me. I won't touch you unless you ask me to.
And if I don't know what I'm asking for?
Then we stop before fear speaks louder than you.
No one has ever stopped for me.
Then remember this part first.
Evan.
Say stop, and I stop.
Don't make me feel like Leon still owns the space between us.
He owns nothing in this room. Not the bed. Not your body, not your name.
Then help me remember that.
All gates secure. No Thorn vehicles on the perimeter.
Do you want to answer it?
But if I don't, he'll come.
Evan Holt! Put Isabella on the phone, now!
She's not available.
You think hiding her in your bed makes her yours?
Listen carefully, Leon. She's warm, safe, and choosing not to speak to you.
I'll rip that estate apart!
Then bring a warrant, a therapist, and better security, because rage is all you have left.
Isabella, I know you can hear me. Tell him you belong to me.
I belong to myself.
She said that because he's beside her! Mr. Thorne, Holt Estate has filed a trespass warning. If you go back tonight, county sheriffs will respond. Buy every property around Holt land. Pull every vendor who works with him. If Evan wants a war, I'll give him one.
That will trigger regulators and the board.
Then wake the board! Wake the banks! Wake the whole damn city!
I'm taking Isabella back. One phone call and he still gets inside your head.
You don't know him. Leon doesn't lose. He breaks things until the room agrees with him.
Then this house learns not to agree.
I'm sorry, I can't. Not tonight.
Where are you going?
To the sofa. If I stay in that bed while you're scared, I'll hate myself in the morning. Sleep, Mrs. Holt. Nothing happens here unless you want it.
Evan, I'm sorry. And thank you.
Good morning, Mrs. Holt.
About last night, I'm sorry you had to sleep on the sofa.
Don't apologize for having boundaries. I married a woman, not a room key.
The Royal Equestrian Training Centre? You're putting it under my name?
Not under your name, under your control.
Evan, this is too much.
You were born for the arena, not for hiding in beautiful rooms. Run it. Rebuild it. Make every woman who was told to stay quiet watch you take the reins.
People know me as Leon Thorne's discarded substitute.
Then make them learn your real name.
And if I fail? Evan, I can't accept this. A training centre like this isn't a necklace, it's an empire.
Good. Then stop treating yourself like someone who only deserves jewelry. You were born for the arena, not for hiding in a beautiful house waiting for a man to decide what you're worth.
He sees the part of me I almost buried.
Those women at the centre know my name. To them, I'm Leon Thorne's discarded substitute. Cecilia made sure of that.
Then make them learn a better headline.
What if I fail?
Fail on horseback. Fail in front of cameras. Fail so loudly nobody can call you small again. Leon watched you tame a runaway horse and still called you weak. Don't borrow his eyes to look at yourself.
If I sign this, I run it my way.
That is the only reason I'm giving it to you. Welcome back to the arena, Mrs. Holt.
Are you really the woman who handled the black stallion at Holt Estate? I heard Cecilia Wonston used to say you were afraid of horses.
Cecilia says a lot of things she can't stay in the saddle long enough to prove.
Take the arena, take Evan, take Leon. Fine. Let's see how long a queen lasts under a horse's hoof.
She's been restless all morning. We can swap horses.
No, she's not vicious. She's scared, and nobody has listened.
Oh my God, she's staying on!
Easy. I am not here to fight you.
That was insane! Cecilia couldn't last 10 seconds on that horse!
She has good blood. She just needed someone patient. Wait, who fed her?
I thought the morning staff did.
Back up. Now.
Everyone out of the stall! Out! Go!
The rear trail is open!
Shut the gates behind me. Call the vet and emergency services.
You'll get thrown!
If I let her run blind, someone else dies.
Full hard, Isabella. Let them see what their perfect horsewoman really is.
Your Grace, there has been an incident at the training center. Mrs. Holt was carried into the back ridge on a drugged horse. Drugged?
Feed to domination is suspected. We are locking down the stable staff list now.
Seal the ridge. Send the vet team, medical team, and every rider who knows that trail. Nobody leaves that center until I know who touched that feed.
Hold on, Isabella. This time, someone comes before you have to save your...
Team 1 follows the creek bed. Team 2 takes the quarry trail. Nobody rides fast unless you can see ground. I want her found breathing, not trampled by a rescue circus. And if you find the horse first, do not shoot it. Sedate only if the vet clears it. This was done to her, too.
Mr. Thorne, something happened. Miss Isabella was thrown toward the rocky ridge during a training accident. Her condition is unknown.
Unknown?
Holt security has sealed the area. They are saying the horse may have been drugged.
Turn around.
Mr. Thorne, Holt Estate already has a trespass warning against...
Then stop before the line and walk me in. But turn the damn car around.
Isabella, don't you dare disappear before I pay back what I owe.
Mr. Thorne, you are not authorized to enter.
Then call Evan. Tell him if Isabella dies while he is checking guest lists, I will burn his whole reputation to the ground. Try stopping me after she's safe. Isabella! Isabella! Answer me! You don't get to turn this into your confession scene. You put her in charge of this place! You let this happen! Ophelia poisoned the feed, because you taught her for 3 years that Isabella's pain has no consequences.
Move, or I search over you. We found a trail marker, torn fabric on the ridge.
Lights down the slope, now! Don't move her spine! She's freezing! We stabilize first, then we lift together.
Stay with me. You don't get to leave before I fix what I broke.
Isabella, if you can hear me, fight. The arena is waiting.
Possible concussion, rib trauma, shoulder injury. We need imaging and surgical consult now.
Bring every specialist in the city. Use the trauma team already on call. I will cover every cost. Just move.
This is your protection?
You do not get to turn her blood into proof you love her.
I found her. And she ran because a horse was drugged at the center I gave her. So stop shouting and help me bury the person who did it legally.
If she dies, every inch of that training center is finished.
If she dies, I will still know the difference between justice and a tantrum.
Security!
Look before you threaten the only place that still carries her future. Who touched the feed?
The uniform belongs to a temp stable hand. The ID was fake, facial match is pending, but the body profile and access trail point to Cecilia Winston.
Your perfect savior poisoned a horse to kill the woman she stole from.
Find her. My team already is.
No.
Isabella gets the truth first. Your revenge can wait behind her recovery.
She is alive, critical but stable, one at a time. And if either of you raises your voice in my ICU, you both leave.
Isabella, look at me. I found you on the ridge. I brought you back. Give her air.
The girl. Olivia. The rider near the stall. Is she okay?
You almost died, and the first thing you ask about is a stranger?
If she loses her arm, if the board calls it reckless operation, they'll suspend my license. The center will be finished before I even start.
Olivia has a fractured shoulder and a concussion. She is stable. Her parents are here, and they know you pulled her out before the horse came down.
The vet report already shows the horse was drugged. Security has the feed sample, camera timestamp, and the fake staff ID. This is sabotage, not negligence.
My license?
Protected. Your center, still yours. Your name, cleaner than the woman who tried to bury it.
You're lying in an ICU, and you're still thinking about a competition?
No, Leon. I am thinking about the life I built. I built after you stopped owning mine.
She needs rest. Visitors out. Sleep. When you wake up, we start with the truth.
Don't let Cecilia disappear.
She won't.
If Cecilia did this, I will make sure she has nowhere left to run.
My life is no longer your battlefield. Go deal with Cecilia if you need something to destroy.
She drugged that horse. She almost killed you. This time, I won't let anyone hide her. Do not turn this into another performance for Isabella.
Lock down every Winston private jet, yacht slip, and corporate card we finance. Pull her passport alert, notify our counsel, and tell security I want Cecilia contained before she reaches a border.
Contained where, Mr. Thorne?
Somewhere with cameras, lawyers, and no way out.
Leon, please. I was scared. I didn't mean for Isabella to fall.
You didn't mean for her to fall? Poisoned a horse at a training center full of riders?
Evan planted that. He wants you to hate me.
The camera captured the uniform, the fake badge, and the timestamp.
The camera caught the uniform, the fake badge, and the timestamp. The lab is already testing the residue.
For 3 years, I protected the wrong woman. Tonight, I start making you pay for every lie.
You think if you destroy me, Isabella will love you? She ran to Evan while you were still bleeding for her.
Keep her on camera. No phone, no visitors, no press. The sheriff gets the evidence at sunrise.
Leon, you will regret this!
Send flowers to Isabella's room, the best red roses in the city.
Red roses, sir?
She used to love them. I remember you loved red roses.
Cecilia loved red roses. I spent 3 years being your substitute, and you still don't know what I like.
Cecilia's under security hold. She cannot hurt you anymore. When the doctor clears you, you come back with me.
Back where? The house where I learned to be quiet while you called it love?
You are still my wife in every way that
No,
matters.
I was your bargain, your mistake, and your punishment, never your
I
wife.
can protect you now.
You are the thing I need protection from.
Isabella, you ungrateful bastard. Tell Leon to release Cecilia, or your mother disappears into a room no one can find. You have 1 hour. Trade Cecilia back, or your mother pays for your little rise to nobility.
My mother.
This is why you should have let me handle the Winstons.
You used them for years. Now you want credit for the fire?
Come home with me, and I will get her out.
Step back! Call Anna. Now!
If you want to hurt me, do it. But your mother needs leverage, not panic.
Say yes. Come back to Thorne House, and your mother gets private protection before sunset.
You are threatening me with the only person who ever loved me.
I am offering the only solution you can trust.
Bella, put the knife down. Look at me.
Evan. Anna has my mother.
This is Winston business. No, this
This is a woman in a hospital bed being cornered by the man who broke her.
You think you can save everyone because you bought a title and a security team?
I don't think. I already did.
What?
My team intercepted Anna's men 12 minutes ago. Your mother is on her way here.
Evan, thank you.
She's safe. She is coming through the east entrance with my people. Nobody from Winston touches her again.
I thought I was gonna lose her.
She used to tremble when I stood close. Now she runs to him like he's home.
Stay away from her.
Even if I'm weak, I'm not helpless.
You shouldn't be up.
Who told you to hold him? If you need help, you ask me.
Don't touch me!
You are in a hospital. Touch her again, and security removes you. Why him? Why do you trust him after days, but never me after 3 years?
Because he saved my mother without asking me to pay with my body, my freedom, or my fear. You only help when it gives you a chain to pull.
Leave before the police report includes harassment inside a hospital. This isn't over.
For me, it has been over for a long time.
Anna won't stop. Arthur Winston won't let Rosie leave that family alive unless I make him.
My mother is not your bargaining card.
And stop acting like Evan can solve blood ties with a security badge.
He already solved what mattered. He got me out.
Mom!
My girl, I'm here. I'm safe. Your Grace, thank you. You did what powerful men always promise and almost never do.
You are safe under Holt protection as long as you choose to stay.
And you, stop asking my daughter to bow to the man who taught her pain.
You think Holt can protect you from Arthur Winston?
Arthur spent years pretending I didn't exist. I survived him too.
Mr. Thorne is leaving now. Arthur will come for both of you. And when he does, don't pretend I didn't warn you.
The only warning I need is the way my daughter looks when you enter a room.
Rosie! You can't do this!
We're safe. You're finally safe.
Don't dress this up. You were Arthur Winston's hidden woman, and Isabella was the secret he never wanted to name.
Yes, I was hidden. That is Arthur's shame, not mine. And my daughter was never a secret. She was the child they were too cowardly to acknowledge.
Careful, Mr. Thorne. You're insulting the mother of my wife in a hospital under cameras. Cameras won't save you when Arthur Winston realizes you stole his woman from his house. I didn't steal anyone. I extracted a threatened witness from an unlawful confinement attempt.
And I walked out by choice.
Arthur won't let this stand.
Then he can come explain why he hid my mother, used me, and let Cecilia wear my life in public.
Mr. Thorne, the hospital has revoked your visitation. Please leave.
Fine, if Arthur is the door, I'll break the door!
No. We make the door open in front of cameras. If Arthur Winston wants to keep his empire, he will publicly acknowledge what he buried.
Only if Bella wants that.
I don't want to beg for the Winston name. I want them to admit they stole mine.
Arthur, do something. Cecilia is being held by Leon's people like a criminal.
Cecilia is on camera poisoning a horse at Holt's training center. Do you understand what that means?
It means you find a way to protect your daughter.
He locked me in a security room. He ruined me.
Your daughter faked a fatal illness, stole Isabella's rescue story, helped push her into a bone marrow procedure, then drugged a competition horse. This is the part where you stop calling her a victim.
Leon, there must be a settlement number.
There is. Publicly acknowledge Isabella as your daughter. You think I wouldn't find out?
I didn't mean for this to happen.
Restore Rosie's name in the family record, transfer the trust share Cecilia took from Isabella, and hold a press conference before sunset tomorrow.
You want us to hand the Winston name to that bastard?
Say that again, and I send the full evidence packet to every outlet before lunch.
Isabella is with Evan Holt. If I move against Holt, I lose half my board.
If you don't, you lose all of Thorne financing. Choose which man you want angry.
Daddy, don't do it. If you acknowledge her, I become nothing.
You should have thought of that before you made yourself evidence.
By tomorrow at sundown, Isabella and Rosie's walk into this house as honored guests, or Thorne Group exits every Winston deal.
If you pull that money, my company collapses.
Then you finally understand leverage.
Leon, be reasonable. Isabella loved you for years. You can bring her back without detonating my family.
I tried bringing her back like an owner. That is why she hates me. Now you bring her back like the daughter you hid, or I bury the Winston name under every loan, vendor, and board vote I control.
Dad, please. If she comes back, everyone will know.
Everyone already knows enough to destroy us! Your mother and I built a family life for you, and you set fire to it because you couldn't stand Isabella breathing.
Don't blame her. That girl has been trying to steal Cecilia's life since she was born.
No! We stole hers first.
Press conference. Sunset tomorrow.
Fine.
No!
You are not really going to humiliate Cecilia in front of the press.
She poisoned a horse, triggered a medical investigation, and put Thorne financing on the line. Humiliation is the cheapest bill in this room.
Don't you dare pretend this started with her. 3 years ago, Isabella saved Leon at the stables. Who told Cecilia to wear the white dress? Who gave her the necklace and told her to smile like a saint? You did. You saw Thorne money and you sold the truth for it.
Dad, tell her. You made me do it. You said if Leon believed I saved him, the Winstons would never be poor
And you were
again.
supposed to keep the lie alive, not turn it into attempted manslaughter.
Mr. Winston, if you do not issue the acknowledgement, Thorne Group can accelerate the debt covenants by morning. The board will remove you before lunch.
So you will trade our daughter for a bank account?
No, I am trading a lie for survival. You will appear at the hospice on camera. You will say Isabella without spitting.
I would rather disappear than kneel to.
Then disappear without the Winston name, the trust, or your mother's lawyers. Prepare the car.
Isabella, if I fall, I will drag your crown through mud first.
Arthur Winston is here with counsel and a camera crew. You can refuse them.
Let him in. I want to see how expensive shame looks.
Isabella, sweetheart, I brought Cecilia to apologize.
Sweetheart, that's new. Did Leon finance that word too? I am not apologizing to a bastard who stole my life.
Say the line, Cecilia.
I'm sorry you got hurt. No, try again. Say what you did.
The heirs, Winston family and Malajid of the Rosiabent were denied the recognition they deserved. That denial ends today.
You forgot the part where you let Cecilia steal the story of who saved Leon.
Cecilia falsely presented herself as the woman who saved Mr. Thorne at the stables. That honor belongs to Isabella.
Your public apology is not a family reunion. It is a receipt. And I am not coming home.
Rosie, for old time's sake, help me. Come back to Winston Estate for the announcement. I will restore your position, your rooms, everything.
A room in a house that hid me is not a position, it is evidence.
You should be grateful he is offering anything.
I spent years being told to be grateful for silence. I'm done with that.
Isabella, be smart. The Holt family will not build its future around a woman with a scandal for a birth certificate. Winston blood is your only protection.
She does not need Winston blood to open doors. The International Equestrian Federation has accepted Isabella's emergency appeal and medical exemption. She has been invited to the Paris International Equestrian Championship as an independent rider.
That's impossible.
No, difficult. There is a difference.
Leon blacklists her in every domestic stable. No serious circuit will touch her.
Domestic blacklists are for small men who think geography is power.
Evan, what did this cost you?
Less than watching you let them decide your ceiling.
The question is not what they offer. It is what you choose.
The Paris final. Direct independent entry. No domestic qualifier.
Fake! It has to be fake! Leon's people said no one would register her. You tried to bury me under the word illegitimate. Leon tried to bury me under the word substitute. Now both of you can watch my name printed without either of yours. You are nothing without a man buying you a stage. No, I was something when I saved Leon. I was something when I survived him. I was something before any of you learned how to pronounce my name in public.
Miss Bennett, will you accept the Winston family acknowledgement?
I accept the truth. I do not accept the leash. Publish the acknowledgement. Transfer what you stole from my mother, then stay out of my life unless my lawyers call you.
That was beautifully ruthless.
I'm learning.
Paris will eat you alive.
Then I will bite back.
You are not riding today.
I need the saddle back under me before fear settles in.
You need imaging, rest, and a trainer who understands concussion protocol.
She will have all three. You can return to the arena when the medical team clears light work, not because men are shouting in your room.
Fine. But I want the rehab plan tonight.
There she is.
Bella, if you won't come home, at least let Winston sponsor us Paris. We can repair the family image together.
You don't get to polish your name on my comeback. When you sold me to Leon's obsession, you created the debt collecting from you now. Enjoy Paris. A system can reject a name faster than a family can print one.
What did you do?
Me? Nothing. I'm ruined, remember? She is not done. We start slow, but we start.
Paris is not a rescue mission. It's your answer.
Then let's make sure they hear it.
Where is Isabella?
She refused to come. Evan has the media, the hospital, and the lawyers around her. I issued the acknowledgement.
And Rosie?
With Isabella.
Then you failed the only condition that mattered. Effective immediately, all your assets are frozen.
Thorne Group is issuing default notices on all Winston-backed facilities. Vendor guarantees are suspended. Board notification has already gone out.
You can't do this!
You threatened Isabella's mother on video. You hid Isabella for years, and you tried to kill her future because you couldn't stand losing someone else's life.
Leon, please! I am your wife!
You were a costume I mistook for a miracle.
Bella, stop a second.
What happened?
Someone hacked the submission trail and attached a complaint claiming you forged Winston credentials.
Identity fraud. Leon.
The complaint was filed under Thorn legal credentials.
He said he wanted to watch me compete.
Then he needs to learn what it costs to break the thing he claims to love.
Call Paris. I want the hearing on camera.
Isabella Bennett Holt,
Speaking.
your registration is suspended pending identity verification and fraud review. We need a formal statement before you can ride in Paris.
My counsel is on the call. You will conduct this under recorded procedure.
I did not use the Winston name to get that entry.
Then who filed the Winston documents attached to your appeal?
These metadata stamps were inserted after submission.
We will need device logs, counsel affidavits, and witness statements. Until then, the suspension stands.
Fine. Investigate me. But investigate the person who filed the complaint too.
Stop the review. Perfect timing.
Mr. Thorn?
I filed the complaint. I used my legal account to flag her registration. I wanted the entry frozen. I didn't authorize forged documents or a fraud escalation.
You lit the fuser and now want credit for pointing at the fire.
Yes.
Mr. Thorne, for the record, did you submit or initiated the complaint against Ms. Bennett Holt?
Yes. I initiated the complaint.
Was the allegation of false identity based on verified evidence?
No. It was retaliation. I wanted to stop her from going to Paris because I thought if the world couldn't have her, maybe she would have to come back.
Every time you say you love me, you try to make my world smaller.
I didn't mean to destroy you.
Intent is what cowards hide behind after the damage is done. She wanted a stage. You handed her a cage and called it protection.
Mr. Thorne, your statement will be referred to our legal and ethics panel. Ms. Bennett Holt's suspension will be reviewed immediately once the Menegeneta report is verified.
Take my statement. Take my access. Clear her name.
This isn't redemption, Leon, it's cleanup.
I will be in Paris. I swear I'll watch you win.
Watch from wherever men like you are allowed to stand.
She doesn't need permission anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rider who almost lost everything is back. Isabella Bennett Holt is entering the final jump-off.
You've carried me through worse. Let's fly.
Come on, Bella.
Clear! She is clear! Isabella Bennett Holt has broken the course record!
Good boy. We did it.
Champion of the Paris International Equestrian Championship, Isabella Bennett Holt.
I am not a substitute. I am not a secret. I am not the woman anyone threw away. I am Isabella Bennett Holt, and I won this with my own hands. Enjoy the trophy while you can. By morning, the whole world will remember my name too.
For your new life.
I said I would watch you win.
You still bring another woman's favorite flower to my victory. Keep your promises, Leon. They have nothing to do with me.
Go finish your ethics hearing.
Isabella, I am still not done paying.
For the first time in 3 years, I don't feel like I'm running away.
Good. Then tomorrow we decide where you want to run toward.
Tonight, I choose your oldest bottle of wine.
Dangerous woman. Shh. It's okay. I've got you. Don't move. Stay down. Don't look at them.
Evan, you're bleeding.
Better me than you.
Do cult. Hero routine ends here.
Take me. Let him go.
The Winston girl wants both of you broken.
Run! Run!
I am done being dragged out of my life. World champion. Still bleeding like everyone else. Do you know what I hated most? Not that you won. That they cheered for you like you were born clean. I was never dirty. You just needed me covered so no one looked at you. Break her hands.
Touch your hand and I swear!
You can break every bone you can reach. You still won't become me. Then I take what made you brave. No!
Cecilia! Cecilia, put the knife down.
For her? Again? You choose her every time after ruining both of us.
You ruined yourself the day you wore her white dress.
Bella!
Leon.
I owed you a life. Maybe this is the only way I knew how to pay.
No! No, I didn't mean you!
Go to him. He knows how to keep you free.
I didn't mean to stab him. I meant to end her. Stop talking.
You looked at me.
Don't make this romantic. Stay alive and face what you did.
Police! On the ground! Hands where I can see them!
She took everything from me! No. You lost everything trying to steal what was never yours.
Pulse is weak. We need transport now. We need to move him, now!
Win Paris for yourself.
You think you won? Both men bled for you tonight. That will haunt you forever. My nightmare ended when I stopped begging broken people to love me. Yours starts with a court date.
Get her in the car.
Bella,
I'm here.
go if you need to.
I don't know what I need, but I know I'm not leaving you alone.
Then we go to the hospital together.
We are losing pressure. Prep trauma team. Thorn male penetrating wound, unstable.
Miss Bennett, Holt, please sign this transfer agreement.
If this is another one of Leon's dramatic apologies, take it back to the ICU.
Mr. Thorne is in critical condition. His heart stopped twice overnight. The doctors say he may not make it through the day.
What?
He signed this before surgery. Thorne Group voting chairs, the Equestrian Foundation, and the Winston debt claims he used against your family. He wants them transferred to you.
He thinks money can clean 3 years?
No, he said money was the only language he used to hurt you, so it should be the first language he loses.
Who's here?
Leon's assistant. He wants me to sign away Leon's empire.
Do you want it?
I don't want his empire. I want him alive enough to hear no.
Don't kneel. I am done with people using these as apologies.
He told me not to leave until you sign.
Then you can tell him this. If he survives, he can build that reparations fund himself. He dies, I will not let his last act become another chain around my neck.
That sounds like you.
Take me to the ICU. I am not forgiving him. I am making sure he lives long enough to face the woman he hurt.
Bella, go. Not because you owe him anything, because you decide how this chapter ends.
I don't know what I feel.
You don't have to name it today.
Miss Bennett Holt, if you sign now, Thorne Group will transfer controlling voting rights to you within 48 hours.
Change the beneficiary.
What?
The voting rights go into an independent equestrian reparations fund.
Scholarships, medical care for injured riders, shelters for kids pushed out by families like mine.
Mr. Thorne left it to you.
Then I decide what my name will not be attached to. It will not be another chain.
Tell Leon this is the debt I will accept. Not his empire, his repair work.
Nurse, ICU 1 has spontaneous rhythm. Prep for second surgery now.
He is fighting.
Good. Then he can live long enough to understand what repair actually means.
You signed?
I didn't take Thorne. I turned it into a youth riding fund.
Of course you did.
I want a place for children who were hidden, traded, or told they were not enough. No velvet gallets, no family names at the gate. Just horses, safety, and a chance to stand tall.
Then we build it.
With my prize money, with the fund, with every broken thing they tried to leave me.
Say the word, and Holt Estate opens every stable, trainer, and acre you need.
I know exactly where to start.
If we start today, the first training ring can be usable in 6 weeks.
Start with the safety stalls, the therapy ring, and the dorms. The kids come before the donors.
That is why it will work.
This is where children learn they are not somebody's spare part.
Isabella! My daughter! You buy land in Europe while your own father is ruined?
This is private property under Holt's security. Stop
Winston
there.
Holdings is gone. Thorne pulled the money, banks froze the accounts, and your mother refuses my calls. You owe me!
For what? The attic? The leftover meals? The day you sold me into Leon's house like a business introduction?
I raised you!
There. Payment for every meal you gave me without love.
You ungrateful little...
There is a job opening in the stables. Cleaning stalls. Minimum wage, housing included, monitored work agreement. Take it or leave.
You want a Winston to shrub newer?
No. I want a man who lived off lies to learn honest work. If pride feeds you, keep it. If not, the shovel is by the gate.
I am Arthur Winston. I am not cleaning stalls for children who don't even have names worth printing.
Every child here has a name. That is already more than you gave me.
Give me money, or I go to the press. I'll tell them the world champion lets her father starve.
Do it. I'll give them photos of the attic, hospital records from the bone marrow procedure, the video of Anna threatening my mother, your signed acknowledgement. Pick your headline.
You would destroy me?
No, you did that. I'm only refusing to keep it quiet. You don't have to be brave all at once. Just one breath, then one step.
Cecilia's bail was denied. She says Isabella ruined her. I say you let this happen.
We both did.
Then we take back what she took from us.
Without my cage, she became light. I called it betrayal because I couldn't survive the truth.
You shouldn't be here without clearance. I asked the doctor for 2 hours. I wanted to see the fund work. The fund she built from what you tried to give her. Good. She turned my guilt into something cleaner than I deserved.
You sit here watching children ride while Cecilia rots in jail?
Cecilia's in jail because she hired men to attack Isabella.
Thorne money destroyed my family. You begged to marry Cecilia. You used Isabella like a toy. Now you sit here pretending you learn morality?
I was a monster. You were the men who fed me a lie and called it family. Good. Not her kids.
Leon.
I finally protected something you loved without taking it from you.
She ruined us! She ruined all of us!
Arthur Winston, you are under arrest for attempted murder and assault.
Don't cry.
I'm not forgiving you.
Good. Forgiveness would be too easy. Keep the fund. Keep the kids riding. Let something good outlive me.
The fund stays. Your control does not.
Leon Thorne, your debt is not erased, but it is paid as much as a life like yours could pay it. Next time, don't call possession love, and don't meet me again.
Ready to go home? Bella?
There is a new life coming to the riding center. Our child.
Our child? Then I will spend the rest of my life making sure both of you know what safe feels like.
No cages, no substitutes, no secrets.
Only home.
I was sold as a substitute. I chose to become a beginning.